Megalobox, Gearless Joe, which makes sense because these look like gear. This is the blue MixFi, and I've done a blue. I did the blue Sadies, and I actually really like them. Like, I didn't think I would because they look like they're this like weird cam shape, like it's trying to be like mechanical. For like what reason? That's to keep the things parallel so that, you know, apparently people have a lot of problems with headphones and they put them on like this. And it's like, oh, why doesn't my mix sound good? That isn't really a thing, but Blue has brought it to everyone's attention that they should have mechanically parallel headphones constantly. And they're doing this because, as the box states, they have a powered high-fidelity headphones. They are powered high-fidelity headphones with built-in audiophile amp, which is why you'll notice I'm running them off of the outputs of the Shelly Labs Enoch 2 Pro. Literally, I have an adapter that goes RCA to 3.5, and I'm plugging them into the headphones, and the headphones have an on-off switch here, which you don't have to use because when you open and close them, this crazy mechanism will tell the headphones, no one's wearing me, shut off. So this is getting interesting now. You don't need to use the internal amplifier. Can we just talk about him for a second? Because she's a spaceship, that's right. It was 2B last time, and now it's like, well, now she's a spaceship, so it's here. Good size cup, nice and thick padding, fits around the ear. I do have some issues with these headphones as far as comfort goes. If you see up here, in this giant, it actually looks like it's padded a lot. It's not. The padding ends there. And the rest of this is all mechanical. And up here there is an increase-decrease wheel. And you could just go forever. It's just forever and ever. And now I'm on decreased. And that's to increase or decrease the tension. And the very first thing I noticed when I put these on was that they're squeezing my skull. And it was on like some of the lowest. It was on the most decreased. And so I put it onto the most increased. And basically, if you wanted to like build your upper body, you would just screw this all the way to increase. And then go like this for like 2 hours a night. And you'd be fucking Arnold. You'd be jacked. You could crush skulls. Like it felt like the mountain. The mountain was just like, hold, what's in fighting? Like so, and even with it all the way out, it's still like, it's got clamp. I don't hate it having clamp, but it's got it. And you could only reduce so much. I kind of wish it went a little bit more, but I understand for mechanical reasons and for that switch, it has to actually still physically close. So they adjust like this. They don't extend like normal headphones. Like here's the Neumanns. Here are the Neumanns. They're just normal headphones, and they extend and they retract, and that's how you adjust them. But not, God forbid, Blue does that. That would be too simple. Instead, they swing, and I remember talking about the originals that they had. Like it was like a bone system. Like that's so weird. It's like a clavicle. Like this shape sucks for people in CAD. Like to have it come off and be a loop and a ring and a hinge. So instead of actually sliding up and down, you just extend or retract that. So they can be comfortable. If you decrease it all the way, it gets right there. A little bit clampy, but at least there's thick pads to take up on it. So now that we've worked out comfortable, how do they sound? I know, we're getting to sound in like the first 4 minutes. 5 minutes? 5 minutes. These are fucking good. These are like I don't think about Blue. When people are like, hey, I want a set of closed headphones, and I have this much money to spend, and these are right around, yeah, $300, $300. That's like a good amount. It's like a budget. People have budgets of $300, and I would be like, well, you can get M1060Cs, and you can always take the backs off of those, or you can get even T60RPs are like mostly closed. But if you want closed is argons and you wait 12 weeks, these are 5. You can't even touch these because these are 5. So these don't usually hit me in the brain, the part of my brain that remembers things. But they're no joke. They are no joke good. They have so many weird fucking... It feels like aliens came down and they knew about our culture for about 3 minutes and went like, oh, we'll make headphones now. And they would have come with this. Now, here's the deal. Pause that for a second. I am using the digital volume up there to control it since it's coming off a DAC, and this basically just has on. I should show you the on. So I showed you the build, I showed you this, it's crazy, they're heavy. Then this is the problem the last one's had. Like, it comes with two wires, and it has to come with 2 wires because they're fucking proprietary. It's got airplane adapters and 1/4-inch adapters, and this is the straight cable, and this is the portable cable, which means it has the 3 plugs for hooking it up and controlling your phone. The problem is that the 2.5mm super extended, I'm looking at you, you fucks, super extended that goes through this hole to plug into said headphone. Well, I'm having a difficult time with that. And then what you see here around the hole is actually the on off and on plus switch. It's off right now. Off right now means it's not using the internal built-in headphone amp. If I play music, you hear it's working even without the headphones split apart. I'll turn it up. So that's using the voltage output of the Geshelli Labs Enog to push it. And you can use the power output of a DAC like without an amplifier. Just take your DAC and plug in one of these and you could run your headphones. In fact, I have this E1DA power DAC, which is just basically that. It's a DAC with a powerful enough signal output to run headphones on purpose. So it's doable. What I'm doing here is a legit thing. I don't have to add a headphone amplifier. There is an amplifier in the Geshelli Labs. The problem is it may be outputting voltage, but not the amperage required to push hard drive headphones, and you'll start sucking more power out than need be, and things will get wonky and weird. So if I turn it from off to on, now, when I open it, now it's playing but not playing until I open it. Which means we're using the internal amplifier. And now there's also on plus, which is basically a bass boost. It's a little bit more signal, it's just a little bit hotter. This plug is finicky. And this is designed this way. And you're not supposed to hook it up like this to just the output of a DAC. You can. I'm doing it because legitimately, if you tell me there's a headphone amplifier built into my headphones, why would I amplify an amplifier? Just give a DAC signal, put it in here, amplify it on its own, and that's what I've been going with. These are really fucking good headphones. They're solid. They're really closed back. Really closed back. Not that half-assed, semi-closed, closed back. No. Fully closed back. And you put them on and you're like, wow, this is like enjoyable to listen to music with. Here, let me put something else on. And then I'll open them up. I love how the quietest songs on earth are coming on so you can't tell when I open them up. Now, if I shut it off, I still hear it, but it's very, very reduced. I was trying to use the units originally off the Savage G5, but again, it's like I'm pushing an amplifier into it and then turn it on, then I gotta lower this, and I'm like, what's the point? Just skip it entirely. Before I forget about the bag, the last blue headphones, I literally married the bag in a midnight ceremony under a weirwood tree. And unfortunately, I had to send those back, so I never saw her again. But Blue has delivered yet again with a very unique carrying case for these. The other one was a case and a bag, and this is just this like weird, I don't even know. All I know is it's got magnets that hold it closed that are hidden inside the fabric. It's like this. It's like the suedest suede bag. And it's just like a purse, and you've got an inside purse for holding the wires, and then the big section, and for some reason it's got this handle on the back. I don't know. This feels like something you'd straw over your horse in 1840 to carry your gold bits to wherever you're going. So proprietary wire, which I don't like. I don't particularly like the wire. I mean, I've had it unwrapped and used it for a while, and it's still doing this. And no one will be able to make you that stupid connector. And yes, I tried this stupid connector on the Neumanns, and it doesn't help me at all. So there's some quirks. Here's the USB micro charging port. When you do have it on, when it is on, and it's set to on, but it's not on because they're not apart. When they're apart, then it's on. And when they turn on, there are LEDs. And I'm not a huge fan of LED lighting on headphones, as most of you have probably surmised. However, if I was going to personally light a headphone, they're doing a fucking decent job. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to show this off without, like, breaking my hand, but this blue logo here floats above that background, and down there is this little fucking notch. And behind that notch, shooting at the notch, is an amber LED. And when the amber LED turns on, it shoots into the reflective backing of that notch and lights up the area behind the word blue. And that is the most tasteful way I've ever seen someone put lights on an LED lights on a thing. Let me see if I could, like, if I do like that. Can you see how tastefully done that is? Where it's like, it's like just the lightest little amber of like blue. So bravo. If gaming heads had looked like that and they weren't just fucking lights that were pulsating around, like, oh, you must be getting so many K to Ds right now. Oh, you're so high. Then that would be lovely. That would be lovely. If you're putting power up there, you might as well. Especially since you need to see if it's on. And it's on both sides, by the way. It's just the same amber light on each side. Battery lasts pretty fucking long. I don't think you need to have a problem with it. The only thing I could say, there's a benefit for what it does with this self-amplification. If you're using your phone, if you're using a crappy mixing console, a lot of those microphone, I did the red one. What's the one that's red that everyone's like, oh, I gotta have the Scarlet whatever. And the headphone output is weak as shit. I mean, I could barely push my M40Xs on it. It was bad. And something like this, where you plug into it, and it has its own amplification that'll jack it up 25-30%, that's what you need. And then on top of the fact it does sound good. These are literally good headphones. Soundstage, yes, has it. Skipping ahead. Enough Mozart. Yeah, right there. Like, Soundstage is like excellent. Fucking excellent. Good imaging. It's not quite front imaging, it's more side. So it passes through the middle of your head and not like in front of you like this, which is fine. Again, these are mixing. They're called the MixFis. They're they're DJ headphones. For a self-powered DJ headphone, I'm rather impressed with the sound quality. I hope I can pick up on that on the sound demo. I think I did the sound demo before deciding to do this. It was a while ago. So actually, when you watch the sound demo in the description, based on what's my room looks like, you'll know exactly how old it was. And I'm pretty sure my desk is collapsing there. Oh yeah, there's just a lot of weight right there, and this plastics desks do not like. I'm gonna have to line these with wood or something. All right, I'm going to put this on. Yeah, the Plus now adds just like a little more boom boom, which is fine. Again, DJ headphones, mixing headphones. Boom boom good. Oh, Jurassic Park opening titles. You know the song I'm talking about, right? The one that does this. That like boom, like, oh Jesus, dinosaurs. Yeah, no, the Plus is what you want for that. But on just on, they are a really quality neutral set. These might be my pick if, like, when people say I need to do mixing and mastering, I'm like, well, sure, 840s. 840s are like $200. They're comfortable enough, and they're certainly neutral, and I love them. But then they go up, and it's like, what do you get? And basically the answer is Neumanns. The problem with Neumanns is they're $500, and a lot of people can't stretch their budget to $500, especially not for proprietary cables just like this has. But if you think about it, you get this, you get good neutral headphones that you can bass boost with the Plus, and you don't really need a crazy high-end amplifier. You could just use whatever's lying around. As long as you can feed it signal, this is proof that this is just signal. This is RCA's coming from the back of a DAC. You plug it in with an adapter. I'll try to find an adapter for this, like this. This one's actually unique because it doesn't have left or right indicated. It just has the internals wired up properly. And then we could... I could share this with the world. Anywho, I really do like these. You got to get over the fact they're heavy. They're like heavy. They're heavy, and they clamp tight enough to hold that weight onto your head. And you're like, It's a very 0-2 situation. Because it's like, do I love these? Do I love you? Or are you going to turn into a fucking spaceship and fly away with me? What the fuck is that shit about? What was so bad? Oh, God. All my shows are ending poorly. Anyway. Good innovations. Good innovations. A couple annoyances. Like, they literally don't need to do that. They could put the power switch on this side or here. It's just a switch. But no. They're going to go with this crazy deep fucking insertion thing and then put the power switch around it. Which I guess you could find it real easy because it's on there and that's like a reason. But the power's here, so... By the way, there's only a wire on one side, which means this whole fucking mess that I'm talking about, we're discussing, the signal wire here goes all the way through all of this mess to get from one side to the other. For that alone, it's worth me recommending them. There's the engineering prowess to make the amplifier on one side and then the signal coming on one side and then to move it all to the other side via this fucking monstrosity, which this side closes a little easier than that side, so you might have to just get used to that. When you put it on your head, it's basically fine. So I approve. I approve of these blues. They are, when you put them down though, you got to be real careful because like that's resting on the wire. So you take them off your head, you either got to put them off the edge of a table, or you got to take them off and put them, well actually they'll sit sideways, or on their ass like a grasshopper. It kind of looks like a mechanical grasshopper. I approve of the mechanical grasshoppers. Check out the sound demo in the description. Really. And thank you to the owner for letting me borrow these. I've had them here for a very long time. And I've actually had to charge them twice just from letting them sit for so long. Let's plug this. And then shut them off. And they put them down, they shut off. They won't die as soon as you put them down. So this will work. This will work. This will work with a goddamn old ODAC. Anywho, I'm done. Sound demo. Check it out. Download your 02 wallpaper and then stare at it wondering what could have been if that show didn't suck. Just like Game of Thrones. Sucked. Links to this in the description. Links to, I guess, the DAC. I don't know. Nothing else I really got used. But these are good. These are solid. These don't even have any reviews on Amazon yet. And I might go make one. Like right now. So I'll go check that out. If you click the link to Amazon, you can read my review if these words that are coming out of my mouth are too confusing. Which a lot of people like to read reviews. Like read them. And I can't visualize. I need to see hands wiggling around and stuff. Check out the Patreon. Link in the description. It has a bunch of good benefits, including seeing these reviews early, ask me questions either on Patreon or on a $10 Telegram tier, and also you get to the yard sale, which I was selling stuff. You know about it from the 1st to the 10th of every month, and you guys get a crack at it. The GoFundMe for Rocky Mountain is still active. It's going to be going till September. If you've already contributed, thank you. If you have already contributed and you want to share it with someone else, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to the goal of 25,000 before September so that I'm not poor when I go there. It's going to be fun. We'll show off a bunch of nice cheap stuff. Cheap and good stuff. Cheap and great stuff, in fact. Anyway, I don't believe I'm about to do this. See you tomorrow.